So let's create a conference. I'm going to go to Assessments, Create Assessment. Now, conferences can be done in any of the different types of assessments, but I'm going to do it in the general and general assessment for this example. And I'm going to call this, could be a writing conference, a reading conference. I'm going to do a reading conference. And the subject, I'm going to put language arts. I'm not going to put a value, and the term, I'm going to say term 1. I'm going to go next. I'm going to put a rating scale, a 3-point rating scale, and I'm going to submit. So here we are at our regular general conference. Now over to the right, just under the kind of top menu, you see this more options, less options. And you have to tap on the little arrow there to get, so you can see conferences and fill down. Now, there's 2 ways kind of to do conferences. To me, the easiest way is when the student comes up, you have your questions ready, and you go to evidence, and you just go to audio, and you start, and you record the conference. You know, what book did you choose? Why did you choose that book? Or whatever. And you go through your conference. When you're done, you press save. Then, in the comment part, normally I would put some kind of suggestion. So I might say, I noticed that you're reading a lot of graphic novels. And graphic novels are great, but I'd like you to try to read something a little different. And I'm going to encourage you to do that. So the next time you come up, I want to see you kind of with a different book. And I might get students in the class to help give suggestions. Okay. So I might give that suggestion. And so that's one way to do the conference. To me, it's kind of the easiest way. Oh, I also would put a rating on this. So I'm going to say maybe they were on their way, Okay, and right now it's sorting. See, it's dropped down to the bottom. If it seems to disappear, just go to student name, so it keeps it in that order, and then you can sort it by rating later. So the other way to do a conference is if you don't really want to do the recording, you want to have all the information typed out, so you don't have to listen back to any conferences later. Then if you tap conferences up here, conference, you can see there's some preset ones, are writing, nonfiction. This is a nonfiction reading, fiction reading, nonfiction reading, and a general. And if you tap edit at the top of any of those, you can edit the questions in there to make your own questions. Most of them are just samples. So I'll tap that one. What made you choose this book? What happened so far? What do you predict will happen next? Why? And if I can't really scroll down on this. It seems to scroll on the back screen. I have to tap again in there, so I'm in there. Might move it a bit, and then I can go through all the questions, okay? You'll see that it says name, teacher, and then the question then says name that looks a little funny. It's in the greater than, less than signs. And that's just so that that's a code to replace the student's name all the way through. So if you want the student's name replaced throughout, you have to keep that code, okay? So I would stick with just 3 questions, especially if you're typing them out. More than 3 questions, the conference becomes too long and you just don't get through everyone. And 3 questions is really enough to get an idea of how they're reading, what they're doing. So just save yourself some hassle. Stick to like 3 questions. So you wouldn't use all of these. You'd kind of delete them out, use the ones you want, and then you'd press save. So let's just choose, I'm going to choose this general one because I only have 3 questions in it. I'm going to tap that, and it says this will replace any data that's already in these fields. So you have to do this at the beginning. So I put OK, and anything that was in comment before would be gone, and these questions would be in here. So you can see, I'm going to press the double-headed arrow by comment options here to expand it out. So what book did you choose and why? I could tap in here and type in whatever book it was. And then same thing with the genre, and this is what character will you choose to sketch and why. And same thing, I would probably put a suggestion in as well. So 2 ways to do conferences in this app.